Joe Clark, fare thee well, I'm gone. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I better be getting on. Old Joe Clark had a house 16 stories high. Every story in that house was filled with chicken pie. Oh, fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I'm gone. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I better be getting on. I went down to old Joe's house, never been there before. He slept on a feather bed and I slept on the floor. Oh, I went
Andy?
down to...
Come here, boy.
Yes, sir?
You should have been on your way to town a half hour ago.
I'll have the wagon loaded in a minute, Pa. I just have a couple more sacks of grain.
Well, get that wagon loaded and get out of here. I want you back by noon, understand?
Yes, sir.
I got work for us to do.
Yes, sir. I'll be back in time.
And boy,
Yes, sir.
don't let me catch you loafing again here.
I wasn't loafing, Pa, honest.
Singing like a fool. You're no bird. You're a half-grown man. And a man's joy is to work, not to sing. Here?
Yes, sir, I hear you.
Drop off a sack of feed to Cartwrights. We voted to him for a week now.
Yes, sir, I will. Better be getting on. Old Joe Clark had a house 16 stories high. Every story in the house was filled with chicken pie. Oh, fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I'm gone. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, better be getting on. Oh, I went down to old Joe's house, I've never been there before. He slept on a feather bed and I slept on the floor. Oh, fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I'm gone. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I better be getting on. Old Joe had a yellow cat, neither sing nor pray. She stuck her head in a buttermilk jar and washed her sins away. Oh, fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I'm gone. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I better be getting on. The higher up the cherry tree, the riper grows the cherry. The more you hug and kiss the girls, the sooner they will marry. Oh, fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I'm gone. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I better be getting on.
How you doing, Andy?
Oh, hi, little Joe. I'm just bringing back that grain your pa lent us.
Well, there was no hurry with it. Thanks anyway. How things going at your place?
You know, Pa's been keeping me busy. We've been clearing that new ground, and that doesn't leave me too much time for anything else. Pa wants to plow it this fall. Have you heard anything from Adam?
Yeah, got a letter from him last week. He's in Paris now. He's going to spend the winter and spring there.
Boy, would I love to see some of those places. My ma used to always tell me about London and Paris and Rome, and she'd been to every one of them.
Well, who knows? You might get to see him someday.
Those places might as well be on the other side of the moon as far as I'm concerned. I'm lucky to get off the farm long enough to go to Virginia City.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us. You going into town?
Yeah.
Listen, give me time to saddle up my horse. I'll go with you.
Sure.
Buy you a beer. That is, if your pa don't mind.
Well, I've never had a beer or even been in a saloon, for that matter. I guess it's about time.
Good deal. I'll be with you in a minute.
Good.
Very good, very good. I see you got the wagon unloaded.
Yeah, the sax gave out about 10 seconds before I did.
Well, I don't know about you. I'm ready for the beer. Come on.
No, maybe I better.
Ah, come on, Andy. One beer's not going to hurt anything.
That song. Where's it coming from?
Andy, it is coming from the same place where we're going to get the beer. Come on, let's go.
Lovely ribbons, scarlet ribbons for her hair.
Come on, Lil, pick it up. Your feet are dragging.
Look, at this hour of the morning, I'm lucky to be standing on them. All the stores were closed and shuttered. All the streets were dark and bare. In our town, no scarlet ribbons.
Howdy. Good morning, little Joe. Have a couple of beers, Cosmo.
Right away. Just before the dawn was breaking, I peeked in and on her bed in gay profusion lying there. Lovely ribbons, scarlet ribbons.
2 beers, old Joe. Yeah, thanks, Cosmo. Andy, your beer's here.
I will never know from where came.
What's the matter? You want something stronger?
No, it's not that.
Huh?
It's not that.
What? I can't hear you.
I said she's singing it all wrong.
I haven't even finished my first cup of coffee, and already I've got a critic.
He didn't mean anything by that, Miss Lily. He was just kidding you.
Yes, ma'am. You got a right to sing it any way you want to.
Oh, even if I was singing it all wrong, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Even then.
Whoever made you a critic, Mr. whatever your name is?
My ma. She didn't make me an expert on music, but she did teach me how that song ought to be sung.
Hey, Mike, let's listen to the maestro here. Let him show us how the song really ought to be done.
Well, sure, if you really want me to.
Step right up, take stage.
The way you did it was just fine, except a little bit slower. I peeked in to say goodnight. Then I heard my child in prayer. And for me, some scarlet ribbons for my hair. All the stores were closed and shuttered. All
Hey, kid, keep going.
No, I better not.
Well, I've heard enough. Enough to know you've got a beautiful voice.
Well, it gets the hogs in for feeding at least.
Well, you sure surprised me, Andy. I thought it was great.
Thank you, Joe.
How long you been studying, kid?
Well, the only studying I ever did is what my ma used to teach me.
But why'd you stop?
She died 4 years ago. Well, I better be getting back because my pa wouldn't like my being here. See you, Joe.
No, I'm coming with you. Take it easy. Thanks for the beer, cousin. Sure, Joe.
You ain't eating, you sick?
No, Pa, I'm fine. I was just thinking.
Well, thinking don't stick to your ribs like stew. They won't get that plow picked up in town tomorrow.
I haven't forgotten the plow, Pa. I was just remembering that piano we had when Ma was with us. Did you ever think about getting us another piano, Pa?
No.
I just thought it'd be nice to have a little music around the house, that's all.
We had music around when your mom was alive. When she died, so did music. What got you thinking about a piano?
Oh, nothing, Pa. It just crossed my mind, that's all.
Well, uncross it. Maybe birds got time for songs, but farmers don't.
Ma used to say the whole world's a song if you just listen hard enough.
Yeah, she did say that. But she's gone. There'll never be another like her.
You're right, Pa. There'll never be anybody like her. Thank you, Pa.
Hey, Mike, play the kids' version of the Scarlet Ribbons, hmm?
I peeked in scarlet ribbons for her hair.
So what'd you do? Well, now picture this. We had half the place mad with us because we played Dixie, and the other half is mad because we played Battle Hymn of the Republic. Now, if you think this is such an easy job, what do you think we played to keep peace?
Beats me.
God save the Queen, confused them all. Well, I think I'm gonna go over and see if I got any room at the barber shop. No, just a trim. Lily, why don't you ask Andy about, what we talked about the other night?
Yes, I will.
What were you supposed to ask me about?
Andy, how'd you like to work here?
Me? I don't know how to do anything in a saloon.
Well, you can sing.
Yeah, but I'm not a real singer.
Ah, but you could be. And I could start teaching you. Look, Andy, I've been around singers, sweet and sour, all of my life. And I know you can make it.
No, my pa'd never let me. Working in a saloon.
It's not what you work inside of that counts, Andy. It's what's inside of you. Don't you want to sing? I think you'd like to try it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess I would.
Then ask your pa. Just ask him. For me.
I better be getting home. Bye, Miss Lily.
Bye.
But it's not as if I'll be away when you need me, Pa.
I've said all I'm going to say about it, boy.
Okay, Pa, you've had your say. Now let me have mine.
You already have.
But, Pa, she's just going to teach me how to sing right, that's all.
Disrespect for your father's what you'll be teaching you. I don't want you having anything to do with a saloon girl like her.
Pa, she's a nice lady, and she says I got a real good voice.
I've said all I'm going to say about it, boy.
But, Pa, all I want is...
What you want don't matter. Can't you understand that?
Yeah, Pa, I'm getting to understand that real well.
What's that mean?
It means I've had enough of that kind of talk, Pa. Now I'm warning you.
You're warning me? Just what you got in mind, Mr. Big Britches?
I'll leave, Pa. I'll leave and I'll never come back.
pack up and get out anytime suits you.
But, Pa, I'm your son.
I lost my son about 30 seconds ago.
Well, Mom, I'm leaving. I don't think it's anybody's fault. It's just a natural way of things. I can't be just a son for always. I gotta be a man on my own. So it's natural for a son to leave. But it ain't natural that it's gotta be done with so much pain. Pa's been afraid ever since you left, Mom. It's like he thinks the only thing that he can love is just the earth. Not the people, not the things they do, but just the earth. Ma used to always tell me that if I listened real hard, I could hear the breeze singing. Well, I hope someday a good breeze will come along, and you'll be able to hear me too. Goodbye, Ma. How you doing? Fine, just fine, little Joe. Yeah, I can see that by the sign. Yeah, just fine if you overlook the fact that I left home and I'm flat broke.
You sure you're doing the right thing?
Yeah, and don't try to talk me out of it because I've made my own decision. And I'm gonna be a singer. Miss Lily's gonna help me.
Look, I wasn't trying to talk you out of anything. I was trying to talk you into a job. We got some horses out at the ranch that need breaking. We need another man.
Not anymore, you don't.
We got a deal. Come on down to the stable. I'll get your horse.
Hello, Joe.
How you doing?
I have had some day. I feel like I've been busting broncs for a week.
Are you trying to tell me you're not going to sit down for dinner? Listen, I want to tell you, I'm real proud of you, though. You didn't know, but I had an eye on you today. You did real fine.
Well, thank you for giving me the job.
Well, thank you for taking it. Of course, don't rest on your laurels. We got quite a tough batch of horses picked out for you tomorrow. Nothing like those feather beds you were on today.
None of those feather beds like you had today. You could have gone all week without saying that.
Come on, I'll get you some liniment.
Okay. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes, the pipes. pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses are falling. 'Tis you must go, and I must bide. But come you back when summer's on the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. It's I'll be here in sunlight or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, burn Andy, I don't know nobody named Danny, but doggone it, every time I hear that, it chokes me up.
I think maybe the way Andy was singing it had something to do with that house.
Gee, I hope Adam doesn't mind my using his guitar.
Oh, heck, none of us can play. It was just gathering dust till you picked it up.
You keep playing it that way. I understand you're taking some singing lessons, too.
Well, sorta. I mean, not from a real teacher. It's just Miss Lily down at the Silver Dollar.
Now, Andy, just because Miss Lily sings at the Silver Dollar doesn't mean that she can't sing or teach.
Hey, they offered you a job over there at the Silver Dollar, didn't they?
Yeah, I start this Friday if I want to.
Did you tell your pa about this?
Well, I better be getting over to the bunkhouse. I got a long day tomorrow. Good night, fellas. Excuse me, sir. Good night.
Good night,
Andy.
Good night, Andy.
Now, Pa, I wish somebody could, I don't know, talk to his father, try to explain the boy's side of it.
Yeah. Well, let's go to bed.
Yeah.
So come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. For it's I'll be there. Bed, huh?
Morning, Willard. We ain't got nothing to say to each other.
Well, something I'd like to say to you. You know, Andy's working at the Ponderosa.
You can tell him from me. Ain't no use sending you here begging my forgiveness.
Well, he didn't send me here.
There's doers, there's dreamers in this world, Ben. And a dreamer's just bound to get in my way. His mother did that. She was a good woman. Meant a whole lot to me, she did. But she had her head in the clouds. Head and heart, too, for all I know.
She was a fine woman.
And she never seemed to understand that life is hard facts. She taught Andy to think like she did. Singing ain't gonna fix this old fence of mine.
Now, Willard, the way Andy sings, you ought to be proud of him. Do you know that people are paying to hear him sing?
For money? Where?
At the Silver Dollar.
I'd be obliged if you'd let me get on with the work, Ben Cartwright.
All right, Willard. You keep right on building that fence. You make sure it's real strong, so nobody can get in. And make sure it's real high, so nobody can look in. And see how alone Willard Walker really is.
Me, a little respect. Thank you, boys, thank you. Tonight we have a real surprise for you. A brand new, wonderful singing talent, a young man from your own Virginia City, Mr. Andrew Walker. Hey!
I peeked in to say goodnight. Then I heard my child in prayer. Send, dear God, some scarlet ribbon for my hair. All the stars were closed and shuttered. All the streets were dark and bare. In our town, no scarlet ribbons.
Hey, Lily. Sam here just told a story.
Sam just told a story that's going to get you thrown out of here on your backside if you don't shut up and listen. Now pipe down, you galoots.
Better be getting on. Old Joe Clark had a house 16 stories high. Every story in that house was filled with chicken pie. Farewell, old Joe Clark, farewell, I'm gone. Farewell, old Joe Clark, better be getting on. I went down Joe's house, never been there before. He slept on a feather bed and I slept on the floor. I went down to old Joe's.
Come on, mister. We don't want any trouble.
Hit him. Leave him alone.
How much more shame and humiliation I gotta take on account of your singing, boy?
No more, Paul. No more.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Joe.
Just thought I'd come over and see how you were doing.
Fine.
I talked to Lily. She wanted me to come over and tell you how bad she felt about the other night. She kind of feels responsible for what happened.
It wasn't her fault, Joe. It wasn't anybody's fault but mine. Disobeyed my father, little Joe. I disgraced him by making a public spectacle out of myself by singing in a saloon. But I'll never do it again. Because I'll never sing again.
Oh, look, that doesn't make sense. There was nothing wrong with what you did. There's nothing wrong with singing.
Singing's a sin, little Joe. My pa made me see it, and I see it. I hurt him, and I humiliated him. I'll never sing again.
You take it easy. Get that wagon load of horseshoes?
Yeah. I also run into Andy in town. Looks like you had that situation pretty well figured out.
Yeah.
You don't laugh anymore, you don't smile. Doesn't seem like he enjoys life at all. Getting more like old Willard every day.
I was afraid of that. His father's got him convinced that singing and laughing are a sin.
Just sorry to hear that.
Oh, it looks like there ought to be something we could do. I mean, get them together and talk to them. Maybe invite them over for dinner or something, huh?
Hey, what about on Easter Sunday?
I think we ought to do something like that. That gives me an idea.
Like what?
You fellas go ahead and eat. I got me an errand to do. Willard?
Good afternoon, Willard.
Afternoon, Robert.
Willard, I brought Reverend Porter along because, well, there's something that he thinks you can help him with. If you will, that is.
Well, if I can, I expect I'll help.
Well, Willard, you might say this concerns my entire congregation. As you know, Easter services will be held in a few days, and... Well,
what Reverend Porter's trying to say is that he'd like Andy to sing in his church on Easter Sunday.
Well, that's hard to say. There's chores and...
Willard, in church. Now, there's nothing heathenish about that, is there? I mean, he's not going to be doing the devil's work in Reverend Porter's chapel now, is he?
Well, I never thought of it.
Your wife used to sing for us, Willard. And I'm told that Andy here has her same feeling for a song. It would certainly be a shame if that feeling couldn't be put to use for the benefit of the Lord on that most holy of days.
Yeah, sure would be a shame. But it's up to you, Willard. Andy's your son.
The boy can make up his own mind. He did before.
It's your decision, son. But I think I know what your mother would want you to do.
Yes, sir. I'll sing if you want me to.
Well, you got what you come for. If you'd let us get on with our work now.
Hello, Andy. Little Joe told me I'd find you here. I came to congratulate you.
What for?
Because of your singing again. You are going to sing again, aren't you?
Reverend Porter asked me to. But it's not the same. It used to be that singing was like a deep breath on a spring morning to me. Now it's something I'll do because I said I would, that's all. There's no joy anymore.
But, Andy...
It's true, Miss Lily. You saw my father in the saloon. It doesn't matter whether he's right or wrong. I just know that I never want to be the cause of that much pain again.
Andy, I suppose I'm the last one to talk about what's right or wrong, but well, there's one thing I know. If there's anything in this whole world that's right, it's your singing. That joy will return, Andy. I know it will.
Hi, Mr. Cartwright.
Where's your pa?
I guess he isn't coming.
Oh, it's Easter Sunday.
Well, he's clearing the new field. He says that going to church is a waste of time.
You go on ahead. I'll catch up with you. Well, let me help you with that.
No, I can get it alone.
Well, it's going to take all morning, isn't it?
I ain't got nothing else to do.
Well, aren't you coming to church with me?
What for? Listen to that boy bellow like a sick calf? No.
Willard, mean an awful lot to the boy.
I got more important things to do here. Lord made a man to work, didn't he?
Well, even the Lord rested on the seventh day when he looked at his labor and saw it was good.
If you're going to quote the Bible at me, Ben, what about the fifth commandment? Honor thy father.
It's a commandment that I've lived by. An unwritten one. Honor thy son.
I ain't wrong. A man was made for work. What else are we good for? Oh, Lord, help me. Please help me.
And they said unto them, Why seek ye the living among the dead? He is not here, but is risen.
Stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and pain. How I love that old cross, the dearest and best, where a world of lost were slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the
My wife used to sing that song. It's beautiful the way he sings it.
Till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross, and someday I'll exchange for a
Come in, Postley.
Sit down.
Did I do anything wrong, Warden?
Sit down. I've got a wire here from Placerville. They've arrested a man for robbery and murder.
Oh, what's that got to do with me, sir?
He also admitted to holding up the Virginia City Bank a year and a half ago. It'll be a few days before the legal work is straightened out, but that means that the sentence against you will be reversed. You'll be a free man. I don't pretend to know how you feel, Postley. Happy to spend a year and a half in a cell for something that you didn't do. All that I can say is that we're sorry. The law is sorry that we made a mistake. But thank heavens we found out that it was a mistake.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I think I'll go back to my cell.
Postley?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, Warden.
All right. That was a long day.
Well, Candy, you just wait a few years. They get longer. Come on, let's get something to eat.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, pretty good cowboy. I haven't seen a man set a better saddle.
Thanks.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Didn't expect to see you back so soon. You get everything finished up in town?
Horse is finishing up, huh? I thought you might want to see this. It's a wire that was sent to Sheriff Coffey.
Oh, yeah? John Postley.
Postley? What about him?
He's been released from prison. A man in Placerville confessed to the robbery.
Oh, no.
Year and a half.
Saw him come out of the alley that night. You had to tell the jury that. It's not your fault they found him guilty.
It's not a question of whose fault it is, Joe. It happened.
There weren't any other suspects. You didn't bring in the verdict, the jury did.
Can you imagine how he must have felt? All that time in prison, knowing he was innocent.
Oh, it could have been worse. It could have been the rest of his life. Oh, he's a lucky man. I imagine he's feeling pretty good right now.
Howdy, Ben.
John?
It's been a long time.
Come in. We heard the news about a month ago. Don't know what to say.
Don't say nothing. What's done is done, and ain't nobody's fault.
Thank you, John.
For what?
Oh, for making it easy for me.
I told you it wasn't nobody's fault, didn't it?
Come on, sit down. Come on, let's have a drink, huh? Come on.
No, I don't want a drink, thank you, Ben. No, I'm sorry I didn't get by earlier. I meant to. I wanted to come by and tell you there was no hard feelings, but I got busy up at the diggings this past month, and I didn't get a chance.
You doing some mining?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I thought that farming was your stock.
Well, it was, but I lost that little piece of land I had.
Well, look, there's plenty of good farming land right here in the Ponderosa.
Oh, Ben, no. I reckon I'll stick to mining for a while.
Any luck?
Well, I've had some pretty good signs. Not that I could buy a bowl of beans with yet.
Well, look, if you need a steak or anything like that, you don't be very happy.
Thank you, Ben. I can manage all right. Keeping busy's the main thing.
You sure now?
I'm sure. Well, I reckon I'll be on my way. I wanted to come by and tell you there was no hard feelings.
Well, John, I'm happy you did, and, you know, anything that you need, you just have to holler.
Well, you know, there is one thing.
Well, name it.
That prison food's nothing to shout at, but my own cooking is even worse. I could use an invite to supper some night.
Well, but tonight. Now, the cook's away, but they say I'm a pretty fair hand in the kitchen.
Shoot, I got some supplies on the mule outside. I got to get them up to the mine.
Well, tomorrow night, then, huh?
You got yourself a supper, guys.
Well, fine. We'll see you here tomorrow night.
All right.
John?
Yeah?
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you, Ben. Real good to see you.
And that was a conversation. And I got to admit to something. It took a load off my mind to see how well he'd come out of it.
Same here.
I hope he has a lot of luck with that mine of his. He could sure use some.
You know, that mining can be pretty rough when you try to go it alone.
Yes, it can. That man has so much pride, he just won't let anybody help him.
You got to give him credit.
Yeah. Tell you something else we got to give him. That's a supper that he'll never forget. With chicken and dumplings, the works.
Chicken and dumplings. Dad burn it, Paul. Can't you do it another day? I mean, I gotta leave in the morning. It'll take me 2 or 3 days to make all those line camps.
Well, now, Hoss, that's exactly why I sent you on that little mission. Make sure that John gets a chance at dumplings. Of course, having Joe along will just make the time fly by.
But, Paul, you know...
That's all right, Hoss. Andy.
Good night, Mr. Cartwright.
Good night, Paul. Chicken and dumplings.
I hate to make a pig of myself, but I haven't anything that tastes this good in a long time.
Well, that's what it's here for.
You sure weren't fooling when you said you could cook.
How about some potatoes?
Well, you talked me into it. Well, I tell you, working in a mine sure gives a fella an appetite.
Why'd you ever decide to give mining a try?
Well, a fella had to sell before me. He died. I left some books on mining, so I read them. Better than staring at the wall. And when you're in a cell for a long time, you get used to working inside. Besides, a man can hit it big, you know.
You said you had some encouraging ore samples, huh?
Oh, I ain't sure, Ben. I'm working an old abandoned mine looking for a new vein. Really just kind of going on what I read in the books. I sure hope I'm right.
Well, you know, you could get an outside expert to take a look.
Yeah, no, I could, but you never know who you can trust, and if it looked good, you know, they'd be swarming all over me in an hour's time.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Ben, you used to do some mining, didn't you?
Some.
Well, look here. Couldn't you give me a fair idea of what I got myself into?
Well, I'm no expert, but I'd be happy to take a look.
Well, when could you do it?
Anytime you say.
Well, look here. There's a couple hours daylight left. How about right now?
All right, fine.
You want to go with us, Candy?
Sure. I'll saddle the horses.
Well, this could be my lucky day.
There she is. Come on. Careful of these timbers. They've been here a long time. That's right up ahead here. You know, now that we're here, I'm almost afraid to have you look.
Why?
Oh, well, I reckon it's because it means so much to me.
Well, John, if we never look, we'll never know.
You're right, Ben. You're absolutely right. Let's go. There it is.
You did all that yourself in 1 month?
Oh, that shaft was already started. I just did the rest of it.
You've really done a job, John.
I'd do anything if you really want it bad enough.
Well, let's get down and take a look.
Yeah, be careful on that rope ladder. I'll get a lantern.
John knows anything about mining, but he sure does know the meaning of the word work.
Yeah.
I hope for his sake that it hasn't been for nothing.
Hey, John, you got that lantern?
Are you looking for this?
Hey, what are you doing, John? What is it, some kind of joke?
No, ain't no joke, Ben. Mistake, I pulled the ladder up. I didn't mean to. Made a mistake, but we all make mistakes, don't we?
Well, mistake or whatever, John. Come on, drop that ladder and bring the light down.
What for?
John, you did a lot of hard work. Don't you want to know if you hit it big?
Yeah, I did do a lot of work, didn't I?
Well, get down here. Bring that light down so we can see what you got.
Oh, I know what I got, Ben. I got you.
John! 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 John, are you there?
I'm here, Ben.
We came here as friends trying to help.
You and Candy come to help me, did you? I can't let you do that, Ben. You done enough for me already.
Now, John, listen to me. No!
You listen to me. When was the last time that you helped me out? Sometimes I can't remember how long ago it was. Time don't matter, does it?
John, we know how you feel.
No, you don't know how I feel. But you will. You will.
John! John! Look. Just drop that ladder down and let us out of here. We'll just forget this ever happened. We won't say a word to anyone.
Ben, will you promise me that if I let you out, you won't say anything to anybody? Now, you promise?
Yes, I promise.
How about you, Candy? Do you promise?
I promise, John.
That's funny. Now, who are you going to tell if I don't let you out of there?
John, you just can't leave us here to die.
Oh, no. You're not going to die, Candy. No, I wouldn't let that happen. No, there's food and water there. Everything a man could want. Everything you gave me.
No use, no use. I can't get a hold anywhere.
All right. Come on down. Don't know how long this is going to have to last us.
He said he'd give us food and water.
That's what he said. In his state of mind, there's no telling.
How about Joe and Hoss? When they get back, we don't show up, they'll look for us. They'll find us.
Candy, could you find your way here without Postley? Now we're just gonna have to wait and hope that he comes to his senses or makes a mistake.
What do we do in the meantime? Just sit here?
Yeah, we sit and pray.
I hope they're both here. I can't wait to get the look on their face when they see how quick we got those line shacks checked.
Yeah, I don't mind working quick, but I sure hate to do without breakfast.
Yeah, well, maybe you get lucky. Might be some of those chicken and dumplings left.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, you put the horses away, and I'll check on the chicken.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, Pa? Hey, Pa, we're home. Pa? Hey, we're back early.
You hear that chicken left?
Hey, take a look at this. Everything's still on the table from dinner last night.
Ain't like Paul to leave a mess like that.
It sure ain't. Nobody in the house either.
Well, they couldn't be too far off. Both the horses out there in the barn.
I think I'll have a look around. You check with the boys in the bunkhouse. Just doesn't make any sense. None of the hands saw them this morning. The horses are still in the barn. None of the wagons are missing.
Maybe somebody drove them into Virginia City for something. I don't know.
Look, even if you're right, they would have been back by now. Besides, what about the dinner dishes? How do you explain that?
I can't.
Evening, Joe. Hoss. Sorry to come calling so late, but I want to see a Pa for a minute.
He's not here, John.
Oh. He didn't say anything to you last night about where he's going to be today, did he, John?
Well, that's why I come by. I come to apologize for not coming to dinner last night. I worked so hard at the mine all day yesterday, I just plumb forgot and fell asleep. What is it? Something wrong?
We don't know.
Nothing I can do.
No. No, thank you, John.
Well, I'll be on my way. Look, you sure you tell him that I'm sorry about last night, huh?
Yeah, we'll tell him, John.
Nice seeing you boys again.
Yeah, good night, John. I'm gonna ride in town and have a look around. Maybe we're making a big thing out of nothing.
least I hope we are.
How long do you think we've been down here?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between night and day. I don't know.
How long do you think?
Day and a half.
Seems more like a week or a month. How long do you think he'll keep us down here? Huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Forever, that's how long. You can't let us out now. We're going to spend the rest of our lives down here.
No, we can't. We're here, huh?
Yeah.
And there's nothing too much that we can do about it, seems. And he promised to bring us food and water.
He promised?
Yes, he did. He'll bring it.
But you said yourself he's sick. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He'll bring it.
Suppose he doesn't come back. Suppose he just leaves us here to die.
Well, did my friends think I'd forgot about him?
Postley, let us out of here.
Can't be done, Candy. Well, you yourself said that I've done a lot of work here. Besides, it ain't so bad, is it? You got food and water. You got each other to talk to. I never had nobody to talk to.
John, just listen for a minute now. It's not going to work. They're going to look for us when they get back, Hoss and Joe. They know that you were the last one to be with us, to see us. And they're going to find you, and it'll be all over.
Well, they don't have to find me, Ben. I found them.
What?
Yeah, I went by the ranch last night. Told them I was sorry I missed dinner the other night. They're right worried about both of you. I even offered to help them.
They'll find out. Somehow they'll find out.
No, I don't think they will, Candy. And I've had a long time to think about this, you know.
Now, look, John, they'll see the dishes that were left on the table. But 3 settings there. They'll see that. They'll know you're lying.
Oh, well, them dishes. Now, I took the liberty the other night of going back in the house and washing mine up and putting them away. It's a habit I got in prison. Now, why don't you both stop arguing and pleading with me all the time? Now, I did the same thing when I first went to prison, but it don't do no good at all. All it does is get you all upset. Here's some more food and water for you. I'll be back in a couple of days. Take it, Ben. Take it. Of course, it don't compare to that meal you prepared for me. But after a while, it gets to taste pretty good. Then after a while, nothing tastes like anything at all. Goodbye, fellas.
Candy, they're up. Make sure he's gone. John? You go first, your light. Easy. As quietly as you can.
shouldn't ought to try to escape. I'm gonna have to put that on your record.
Nothing, huh?
Nobody's seen him nor heard of him. 2 weeks and nothing.
What about the reward posters?
And they're all done. Roy sent them out to every town within 200 miles. I don't know what good they're going to do. The news has been in every newspaper from Carson City to Placerville. If anybody had any information, we'd have heard by now. All we can do is wait.
Yeah.
How long do you think a man could stay alive down here?
Food and water. A long time.
A long time. A lifetime. Do you ever think about dying?
Every man does, I guess.
I've thought about it a lot since we were down here. It's funny. First I was afraid. Afraid he wouldn't come back and we'd die. And I'd sit and I'd listen. Wait. Pray that he'd come back. Now I pray that he won't come back, so it'll be over.
As long as we're alive, there's a chance.
Chance to what? To go blind in the darkness? To go out of our minds? Why doesn't he just take that shotgun and get it over with? Just get it over with.
Can we fix something to eat?
I ain't hungry. I think I'll take a little ride into town.
What for? So you can check the telegraph office again?
Maybe something's turned up.
Boss, we're kidding ourselves. It's been a month. The only chance we had that kidnappers were holding him for ransom, and even that's no good now. It's no use.
Bernard, I keep thinking that door's going to open. He's just going to be standing there like nothing ever happened.
Morning, boys. Beautiful morning. Well, you're awful quiet this morning. I figured you'd be happy to see me.
Hey, I brought a newspaper. Thought I'd read to you a little bit while you're having your breakfast. Yes, sir, you're both famous now. Yeah, you're right on the front page. Yes, sir, it says, reward offered for anybody knowing anything about you. You sure you don't want me to read it to you? Huh? Well, I'll read it to you anyway. Yeah, it says, Cartwright, missing. One... Guess what it says. Is it a week? Month? Year? Come on, guess, Ben.
You're insane, Postley. You know that, don't you? You're insane, and you're trying to drive us insane. But it won't work. I feel sorry for you, John.
You're down there, and I'm up here. And you feel sorry for me. I'm free to go any place I want to.
No, you're not. You can't get away from here. You gotta keep coming back day after day, week after week. You're just as much a prisoner as we are. You'll never be free.
Well, now, what if I just go away and let you die?
No, you won't. You can't. You wouldn't have anything to live for.
You're sure of that, aren't you? You real sure?
Yes. Yes, I'm sure. You're trapped, John. And you'll never be free. Never.
Yeah. We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
It's dirt. It's only dirt.
Who's insane now, Cartwright? Who's insane now?
More water for a friend? Yes, sir. You can't let nothing happen to them.
Ah, this'll do her. This'll do her.
We're out of water.
I know.
I'm sorry about the dynamite. I'm all right now. I don't know what happened to me. All of a sudden, it was there.
Forget it, I understand.
You know, if we ever get out of here, you're gonna owe me a lot of back wages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Horse cutter. Yeah. John, just take it easy. Oh. Here, drink some of this. It'll help that pain.
Oh.
What? John, you had yourself a real bad accident. You busted your legs up real good. If it'd have been hurt any worse, the doc said you'd have lost them both.
Doc, what the?
Doc's already been here and gone. Little Joe's taking him back to town.
Where am I?
You're at the Ponderosa, John.
Oh, Ponderosa? No, I can't be.
John, now I told you to lay still. You got two busted legs, and if you keep moving around, they ain't gonna set properly.
Okay, get out of here.
John, you ain't gotta go nowhere. Not for another 6 weeks, anyhow.
6 weeks?
That's doctor's orders. Now, you lay still. Let me go get you something to eat.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, I was just wondering how Hoss and Joe are doing.
That figures. You should be worrying about them. When I first met you all, I couldn't believe it.
Believe what?
The way you are, where you care about each other. I guess I just wasn't used to it. You know, the way I was always saying I wouldn't stay in the same spot very long. I was making out like I was getting ready to leave. I just never meant it, that's all.
Never thought you did.
I always thought I meant it when I said it. I make about as much sense as Postley.
Oh, Candy. Nobody makes much sense sometimes when you think about it. You have problems. You hope for the day when they'll be over. And when they are over, you dream up new problems to take their place.
Yeah. I guess it was that new problem that bothered me.
What new problem?
Having friends.
Got yourself a lot of rest yesterday, that's for sure. Yeah. See if you can scoot back a little bit, John. Easy. There you go. Yeah, I brought you some soup in here last night and you was already asleep. Little Joe's not the best cook in the world, but try some of this anyhow. You need it.
Why are you doing all this?
All of what?
Taking care of me, feeding me. We hardly know each other, Hoss. You ain't no friend of mine.
Well, my pa always said that every man was your friend till he showed you otherwise. It ain't no big thing being friendly to folks. Eat up, John. You need strength.
Hoss. Sorry about your pa. I've been reading about it in the paper. I'm real sorry.
Yeah, Thank you, John. By the way, that little piece of farmland that Paul promised you, it's still yours if you ever change your mind. He sure wanted you to have it. Need anything, yell. Joe, Postley's gone.
I mean, he's gone. How could he get out of bed with 2 broken legs?
I don't know, but he did. John! What in tarnation got into him anyways?
Get some water.
Easy.
Water. Water. You gotta help me.
John, take it easy. We're gonna help you.
I don't know why I done it.
Let's get him in the house.
No, they'll die. I never meant him to die.
John, what are you talking about? Who'll die?
Your pa. In the mine.
What mine? Where?
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Well, hitch up the gear.
Hurry. Hurry!
Thank God he's alive. Here's some water.
How's Candy? He's all right. He's gonna make it.
Come on. Come on, let's get you out of here.
He'll make it. Here. Some more water?
Yeah.
Take it easy. Take it easy. It's enough. It's enough.
My son feels good. How did you find this?
Postley. Postley, he told us.
Postley.
I wanted you to feel what I felt. To know the darkness and the loneliness. Happen to help me. I don't know why.
wagon in the ditch up ahead, Mr. Dixon. I think you better have a look at it.
I agree with you, Sergeant. Better take a man with you. Check the wagon and the area on both sides of the road.
Corporal?
After riding for so many hours, it's just nice to be able to stand up for a little while.
Yes, I know how you feel, Countess, but I must ask you and your brother to stay in the coach.
Why? Because some silly old wagon went off into the ditch? You worry too much, Mr. Dixon.
Elena, that is his job.
I know, and he takes it very seriously.
Looks like you got trouble.
Nothing me, a blacksmith and $10 couldn't fix. All I'm short of is the blacksmith and the $10.
Sorry we can't give you a hand with that, but we can't spare the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
You see, they're coming back. All that worry for nothing. When do we get to the Ponderosa?
Noon, or a little after that.
Just what it looks like. Wagon with a busted wheel, one man trying to fix it. Both sides of the road are clean.
Good. All right, let's move out.
Yes, sir. Move out.
It worked very well.
You stopped the coach where you said you would. I give you that.
You saw the jewels the Countess was wearing.
Gewgaws. Could have been beer bottle glass.
Diamonds and rubies. Worth more money than you ever saw.
Now, wait a minute, Peters. No matter what the Count and Countess have with them, or how much it's worth, you ain't never gonna get close to it. Not with those troopers and the Ponderosa Ranch hands in your way. So that's the end of that idea.
You're wrong, Hardesty. It's only the beginning.
All right, now, everybody, you all know what to do. Now, when they come in here, Hopsing is going to show them to the guest rooms. The guest rooms are ready, aren't they?
All ready. 4-5 day now.
Yeah, good.
Hey, here they come.
Detail, ho!
Count Alexis. I'm Ben Cartwright.
How do you do?
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Thank you. And this is my sister, Countess Elena.
Countess Elena.
Oh, please, not so formal. I am Elena, and this is Alexis.
Thank you. Thank you very much. These are my sons, Hoss.
Howdy, ma'am.
How do you do?
And Joseph.
How are you?
How do you do?
How do you do? Nice to see you.
Howdy.
Oh, and this is Mr. Dixon, the United States Secret Service.
Mr. Conrad. Mr. Dixon. Nice for you to be here. Hoss, would you look after the horses and the troopers? This way, please.
Well, the house is so right. It belongs here as if it grew like the trees.
Well, as a matter of fact, it did somewhat. When your father was foreman here, it was about half the size it is now. We've added considerably to it since then.
Speaking of my father, Stub Jones sends his best regards.
Stub Jones? Does your father still think of himself as Stub Jones?
Indeed, he does.
He still calls himself a cowboy.
Oh, gosh, there's so many things I'd like to ask you about your father, but all that'll have to wait until you've changed it. Hop Sing, will you show our guests to their rooms?
This most happy occasion for Hop Sing. This way, please.
San Francisco was a headache. The Countess decided that she wanted to see Chinatown. What she didn't realize was that everyone in Chinatown wanted to see her. We very nearly had a riot.
We got the troopers all quartered and everything's taken care of, Paul.
Good.
Mr. Dixon was just telling us what it's like to travel with nobility.
Yes, I've been waiting for a chance to discuss the problems here. I think this is as good a time as any.
What kind of problems do you mean?
Well, the Count and Countess are in this country as guests of the President. Their personal safety is of great concern to Washington, and it's also my responsibility. If anything, gentlemen, should happen to either of them, it could cause an international uproar.
Yes, I could understand that, I think, but surely you're not expecting anything to happen.
The Countess has brought her jewels. Collection valued more than $250,000. It's been reported in every paper in the country. Fat target for every thief who can read.
Well, let's see now. We have a small safe here.
That will help some. But we'll also need round-the-clock guards. And with your permission, Mr. Cartwright, I'd like to check out every entrance in the house, take a look at the outbuildings, everything.
Oh, fine, certainly. Horse and little Joe will show you around.
You bet, anytime you're ready.
Good. If you would be good enough to put this in the safe,
certainly.
We can do it now.
Make camp halfway up that slope in the cluster of trees and rocks. I want one of you standing guard watch every minute. Keep the horses out of sight and stay off the skyline. And no campfire till it's too dark to see the smoke.
Now listen, with the Count and Countess to Ponderosa, this whole country's gonna be swarmed with troopers and lawmen.
Yes, they'll question everyone they see. That's why I want you to stay out of sight.
And what are you gonna be doing while we're holed up like prairie dogs?
Riding into Virginia City to get what I need to make you all rich. I'll be back tomorrow night. Now go on, up the hill.
Yes, sir, when your father was foreman here at the Ponderosa, he knew every inch of this territory. And he knew every steer and every heifer, too.
Superb cattle, Mr. Cartwright. Now I understand why my father wanted me to visit the Ponderosa.
Yeah, well, if you're going to take over his job as advisor to the Russian cattle industry, he had a good idea sending you over here. See what cattle raising is like in this part of the world.
It's just beautiful.
Well, we think so. There's a lot more to see, too.
$1.
Wonder what's keeping Peters.
I've been thinking about that, too. He said he'd be here tonight. The night ain't over yet. He'll be here.
He's a foreigner, and I don't trust him.
There's no reason not to trust him. We've done pretty good since he's been running things.
Why don't you shut up and bet?
$2.
My fault. Could be a sellout. He could be telling the sheriff where we are.
Why would he?
For the reward money. Makes a deal. Sheriff gets the four of us, and he gets a pocket full of money and walks away free.
All those jewels waiting for us, you think he's going to settle for $3,000 or $4,000?
$2,000. I looked at the wanted posters in front of the sheriff's office. That's all you're worth. $500 apiece, dead or alive. You know, there's one thing I can depend on, Hardesty. As soon as I'm out of sight, you try to take over. And use some of that food, Slim. Fix me a plate.
Yes, sir. A man's got a right to think of his own neck. There were 10 of us when I joined up. Only 5 left. 3 of the men we lost were good friends of mine.
Violent death is one of the risks of our trade.
Look, risks I don't mind. Banks and stages are fine. But this Ponderosa thing, you want to get us all killed.
Nobody asked you to join us. Saddle ride out anytime you like. Here you go, boss. Yeah.
We rustle our own grub. Why do you wait on him like that?
Because I told him to. As long as he rides with me, he takes orders from me.
High and mighty, aren't you? You think you're better than we are. Well, I'll tell you something, mister. You ain't.
Sit down, Hardesty. Shut up.
Don't you tell me what to do from now on. Shut up!
You try that again, Hardesty. I'll kill you. I picked up something interesting in Virginia City. Read that.
Listen to this. The jewel collection is said by experts who have seen it to be worth more than $250,000.
$250,000?
That's right, Hardesty. You ride with us now or not?
I'm in. For a share of that kind of money, I'll ride even with you.
Well, tomorrow, I ride to the Ponderosa.
Ponderosa?
That's right.
Pete, I don't know what you have in mind, but I'm riding with you.
Well, I ride alone.
There isn't that much money in the whole world to
Not
risk.
just the money, Slim. I've got an old score to settle. I'm not going to miss the chance.
Howdy, stranger. Something we can do for you?
If this is the Ponderosa, yes.
You got the right place.
I've come a long way to see my old friends, Countess Elena and Count Alexis.
Your old friends? Oh, who are you?
Prince Vladimir Pavelovich Preznov. At your service.
The fellow here says he's a prince.
Vlad. Ah, how good it is to see you.
You don't know how good it is to see you again.
What a wonderful meal. And how wonderful it is to see you here. Your father said you were someplace in America, but we'd given up all hope of seeing you.
When I read you were coming to the Ponderosa, I rode day and night.
And you'll stay as long as we do?
Well, of course you will. We have plenty of room here.
I'm in your debt, sir.
Not at all. It's our pleasure. Oh, I think we're being urged to move into the living room and have our brandy.
More better. Everybody more comfortable.
That Prince moves pretty quick, don't he, little brother? County's ain't had eyes for nobody else but him.
You can say that again.
A toast to our reunion, your warm welcome, and to beauty.
Here, here.
Mr. Cartwright, your brandy is as superb as your hospitality.
Thank you, Your Highness.
No, call me Vladdy, please. In all America, you and your sons are the only people who know I was born a prince. I should like to keep it that way.
But you are still a prince, aren't you?
Well, of course he is.
No, not here, Elena. All that was long ago and far away.
Vladdy was the youngest colonel in the Tsar's army. He won the medals for valor in the Crimea.
Purely accidental, I assure you.
Vladdy was also known as one of the finest horsemen in Russia.
Yes, you remember when you won the Cossacks' Cup in St. Petersburg?
Oh, barely, Elena. All that happened in a different world.
The Winter Festival? The Tsar's palace? The birthday ball. Remember, Vladdy, that's the first time you ever danced with me.
Yes, I remember. Magnificent uniforms, glittering decorations, beautiful women. And you outshone them all.
Mind if I join you?
Not at all.
You seem rather interested in the prince. Any special reason?
He's what he says he is. Alexis tells me he and Elena have known him since they were children.
But he is an unexpected visitor.
You do well in the Secret Service, Mr. Cartwright.
Paul, I'm gonna go out and see if the troopers need anything.
Fine.
If you'll excuse me, I think I'll join him.
Countess, would you care for some more?
No, thank you.
Please.
Vladdy, it sounds like you've been over in this country quite a while. I thought a prince had to stay around home and keep acting like a prince all the time.
Only if you are a firstborn son. Under the law of primogeniture, the first son inherits the estates and the responsibilities. But I am a second son. So I was not burdened with that. I was free to seek a career in the military or to roam the world.
And you picked the military?
Until the fighting was over. Then I decided to seek Dame Fortune in other lands. Thus far, she has been a fickle and elusive jade.
Don't you miss your home?
Home. I'd forgotten how good that word could sound.
You seem to have forgotten an awful lot.
But not everything. I've something in my saddlebag I'd like to show you. If you'll excuse me.
Certainly.
Alexis.
Time we had a little talk.
Of course. Come in. Come in.
No, Vladdy, I really wasn't surprised to find you here. I knew you'd catch up with us sooner or later. And this brief encounter can be most pleasant, as long as you remember it must be brief.
I would have it no other way.
Oh, you still have great charm. You're a liar and a rogue, but you have great charm. That performance downstairs. Prince Vladdy, second son. Too proud to live on his brother's charity, too much the dashing hussar to remain in uniform once there was no more war to fight, no headlong charge to lead. You did it very well.
You flatter me.
We both know that a second son does not inherit wealth, but he can marry it. My sister is a wealthy woman. She's also a romantic. She was once very fond of you.
And you're afraid she still is? Don't worry. All that is long since dead.
Yes, well, she doesn't know about the gambling debts, the looted mess fund, the hushed-up court-martial, which very nearly ended with you facing a firing squad. 20 crimes you were charged with.
20? No. 21.
21. Well, she doesn't know about that.
But you will tell her.
Only if I must.
With great delight, I'm sure.
No, Vladdy. With great regret. Because you see, it would hurt her deeply. And I'd like to spare her that if I can. Shall we say 3 days? And then you remember urgent business elsewhere.
Alexis, has it occurred to you I might have changed?
You have?
Yes. In the years since you last saw me, I've changed. I'm now a cowboy. I work with my hands. I'm as penniless as I was in St. Petersburg, but now I'm free to come and go as I please. And I take orders from no one.
Well, Vladdy, if it's money that you need, I certainly can...
No. I don't want your money.
Now, that's interesting. Perhaps you have changed. That's Elena's locket you have there, isn't it? You were going to show it to her to prove how much you've loved her all through the years of your exile. Three days.
Winter is the time to be in St. Petersburg. There are snow palaces and the tinkling of sleigh bells.
And slush, and wind, and frostbite. The water in the basin freezes before you have a chance to shave. That's one of the reasons that so many of my countrymen wear beards.
Don't tell all these nice people such big fat fibs.
I'll tell them about the day the ladies of the court came to the ranch to visit you.
Oh, don't you dare.
She was being considered as a lady in waiting. These two bristling dowagers came to the ranch to give their final approval.
My darling brother sent them down to the branding corral.
They arrived just in time to see Elena rope, tie, and brand a calf. Superb performance, but hardly the thing to qualify her as one of the delicate ladies of the court.
What'd the two dowagers say?
Oh, nothing. They fainted. Excuse me. You went upstairs to get something you wanted to show me.
That trinket, I couldn't find it.
And so you walked right past me and come out here? I remember a time that you used to like to show me the stars. Tell me the names of them. Look, there's Andromeda.
Andromeda's behind you.
You were so happy a few moments ago. Now you've turned to ice. What happened, Vladdy?
I was remembering, too. The night we looked at the stars from your father's garden. I asked you to marry me.
I said I would.
And the next day, you were on your way to Paris.
Well, you know why.
You talked it over with your parents and decided you could do better than a penniless prince.
Oh, Vladdy, that's not true.
You swore to love me forever, no matter what your parents said or did. Brave words, I remember them well. Forever turned out to be a little less than 12 hours.
My mother and Dad had heard things. Gossip. They wanted me to be very sure, and they asked me to wait for 3 months without seeing you. Then if we hadn't changed our minds, they wouldn't have objected.
Hello! Alina, get down.
Search the ground. See if there's anybody else.
Yes, sir.
He's dead.
Well, if it ain't the big man himself. Get down, pour yourself a drink.
Slim Rivers is dead.
Oh. Sorry to hear that.
What's he doing at the Ponderosa?
Oh, I sent him in to see if he needed any help. We were wondering what you were doing about the jewels.
The jewel chest is kept locked away in a safe 24 hours a day.
You make it sound so tough, Your Highness. You see, I was at the Ponderosa, too. Andy Peters, a real, genuine 14-karat prince. The Countess and you were going to get married one day. She still seemed pretty fond of you. So I'll tell you, we won't worry about that safe. Not when you got the Countess there in your pocket.
Vladi. Still the wild man.
That horse of his puts his foot in the hole, he'll be a sorry one.
Ah, Alexis. What a wonderful day for riding.
We wondered what had become of you.
I awakened early. I thought if that man in the barnyard last night was truly an outlaw, he would have friends. I rode out looking for tracks.
By yourself? That's a good way to get killed.
That wouldn't occur to Vladi. He used to lead charges into the jaws of enemy artillery.
But the little man in the barnyard was alone. I searched from this grove to those hills. Nothing.
Saves us the trouble. You ready to go back, sir?
On a day like this, when I came out to ride? No, what about you, Vladdy?
We ride, of course. You know, there is at least one advantage to being a second son. I'm not burdened with an escort.
I envy you that. Everywhere I go, it seems the view is flooded with soldiers.
Suppose we shake them up a little, huh? Show them how Cossacks ride.
As we used to do at home?
Fox and hounds. Ha! Ha!
Confusion to the troopers. Not very nice, perhaps, but I can't remember when I've enjoyed myself more. Well, we'd better start back.
Well, not just yet. I have some friends I want you to meet.
What do you hope to gain by this?
Elena's jewels. And a great deal of personal satisfaction.
You know, Vladdy, I really hoped that you had changed. But I suppose once a thief, always a thief?
Spoken like a true first son. All I want back from you is a little of what I lost.
You know what this will do to Elena? She's one of the few, perhaps the only one who still believes in you.
For what she did to me, I want to see her hurt.
Your Royal Highness, let's go.
It was like the glorious days of our youth again. Alexis and I were the fox, and the troopers were the confused hounds. Alexis and I separated, which is part of the game. And I lost him. But there's no need to be concerned. I'm sure he'll find his way back soon.
Oh, sure, but you've been back for more than an hour already. He could have had an accident. His horse could have thrown him. He could be lying somewhere with a broken leg.
Mr. Cartwright, Alexis is a superb horseman.
Well, he doesn't know this country. It's very easy for a horse to step into a gopher hole.
Since you're so worried, I'll join you on a search. We'll look where I last saw you.
I think we should.
Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Cartwright, that area is being covered by my men. Did you happen to see anyone else while you were out riding?
No, I didn't.
Well, that's at least some comfort.
No luck. We're going to try again as soon as the troopers can saddle some fresh mounts.
You saddle up my horse. I'm going along with you.
Yes, sir.
No, Mr. Cartwright, I'd rather you stay here with the Countess.
Let's get back to the ranch. They got Alexei.
French carriage pistols. Now, I once owned a pair like these. They were very popular with friends who were challenged to a duel and had a choice of weapons.
That's because they're so inaccurate.
Yeah. You know, even at 20 paces, you couldn't hit a barn, let alone a man. But both parties could fire, honor satisfied, no blood drawn.
Still no word of Alexis?
Not yet. But he used to get lost often, you remember? And sooner or later, he came home.
This is strange country.
Oh, yes, but The North Star is still in the same place. He always used that to guide himself.
Well, I suppose you're right. I'd like to lock these in the chest, if I may.
Yes, certainly.
Guns. Why do they fascinate men so much?
I suppose because they make such nice, loud noises.
Thank you. You won't mind if I keep this for a minute. I want to show Vladdy something that's in it.
Oh, sure. Oh, excuse me.
It's my, most prized possession. You remember?
Yes, I remember.
It's your medal for valor given to you by the Tsar himself. And you gave it to me in place of an engagement ring.
And you kept it all this time?
Yes. Because it was given to me by the only man I've ever loved or ever will. I told you that in a letter I wrote the morning I left for Paris.
Letter? I had no letter.
I know that now. It's why you've been so remote. You thought I turned my back on you and ran away. There was a letter, Vladdy. I swear it. I gave it to Alexis, and he promised me faithfully he'd mail it.
And he didn't? Yes, that could be. Alexis never liked me much.
Oh, he liked you.
Oh, I was not the man for his sister.
When I came back, you were gone, and I couldn't find out why or where. I just knew that you had gotten into some kind of trouble. Come home with me, Vladdy.
No, I can't. No matter how much I want to, I can't go home.
But why? Whatever you did has long ago been forgotten and forgiven.
Helena, it is not that simple.
Well, then, I'll stay here. I'll stay here or anywhere. We can start a new life together in a new country.
You would give up your family, your rank for me?
Of course.
A penniless man? You don't know what you're saying, Elena.
You're not penniless. You have these. They're my gift to you. It's enough. It's more than enough for a new start anywhere.
It's too late, Elena. No matter how much I want, it cannot be. Not here, not anywhere.
But you do love me.
Yes. In spite of what I thought you did. I guess I've always loved you.
Well, then it can be. You have news of Alexis?
Yes, Countess. Bad news.
The man that we found here last night, he apparently was part of a gang. They have Alexis, and they want your jewels.
Oh, they'll kill him?
Yes, Your Highness.
Oh, give them the jewels.
How are they to be delivered?
One man rides out alone at moonrise. He rides straight east until he's stopped. If he's followed, the Count will be killed.
I am your messenger.
I'm afraid not. The Count's safety is my responsibility.
But it is my fault if it hadn't been for that foolish game of fox and hounds.
Sorry, it's my job.
You gave me the jewels, Elena. Tell them that. With all my heart and all my love, I ask that I be the messenger.
It's Vladi's wish. And it's mine.
Moonrise in an hour.
I shall be ready.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hurry back, Vladi, please.
Until I see you next, remember that I love you.
They say they'll release the Count when they get the jewels. Outlaws promise. Harder to be counted on.
My sons and I know this country probably better than anyone else. I think we could track Prince Vladi without being seen.
I suggest you do it, then.
Horses saddling a horse is known.
The moon's been up an hour. Where is he?
You don't hear too good. He's riding in now. All right, scatter. You're late, Prince. Put the chest on the ground and step back.
Not till you cut him loose.
No. He stays tied. 3 guns say he stays tied.
3 guns. So you finally talked them around to your side, huh?
We decided we could use your share. Now, Prince, put the chest on the ground and step back.
Get rid of him. Let's get out of here.
All right, hold it!
Buddy.
She asked me to come home. It would have been nice. I wish Elena did not have to know.
She won't.
Dixon, let's
Conrad, thank you very much.
Ben, thank you for everything. It's good to have you here. I hope you have a safe journey back. And give your father my very best regards. Tell him I'd like to see him. And then I find it hard to tell you how we feel about what happened.
Thank you.
Move up!